welcome back to Rocket Bomb. I'm Connor.
I'm Johnny.
And we just took some damage from a huge risk.
Yeah, we did, but I had no, it wasn't my fault.
I mean, what did they want? Did they want us to be a fish? To go down there?
I think, yes. Probably, because there's such a small amount of, a small gap of land between, the big lake here and the little puddle there, that it was probably just like a plop plop and then you're in the water, and then you would have been...
So either way, we would have almost drowned from plopping over there to that deep pit, or almost drowned from just being a Mario on the way down.
Well, I think it would have been much worse for Mario than for the Cheep Cheep.
But,
Ooh,
what's this lady say?
If you travel all the way to the Lake Kingdom, you should dress for the occasion. To get the Lock Lady dress display you window, you have to dress like a swimmer. Traveler, you don't look just blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay, basically she was discriminating against me, and I need to go change my clothes.
That's a cheap way to get our money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could also just turn around and say, okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
But our morbid curiosity.
So let's go buy some new stuff and see if that'll get this crazy lady's attention.
That looks like swimwear.
Yeah, just the goggles.
They're defining themselves by the way they dress.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is. You guys ought to have more confidence in yourselves, you ugly fish people.
Jeez. I love the swim goggles poncho combo that we have.
Yeah.
It's a unique look that Mario's trying out, and I think I might start it myself.
Yeah.
I think Mario might be the only one who can pull off some swim goggles and a poncho combo.
Yeah. He might be the only one who's willing to try.
Well, you're probably right. His girlfriend is on the other side of the world, so it's not like he has anybody nearby to impress.
I mean, except these ugly fish people.
Well,
or
yeah,
Dory.
But clearly they're not even impressed. So.
Nah.
So next, what we're gonna do after Connor recovers from banging his knee is. Are you okay, by the way?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
We gotta head up to the Brutals so we can kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After them just hovering around there, minding their own business, all brutally.
I mean, they did steal a dress.
Yeah, we must take their
Hearing
lives.
that out loud, I'm rethinking my choice of words. That we need to kill him. I don't know. Well, they did steal a dress. Yeah. I still don't know about that though.
We didn't get that little flaggy.
It's fine. Yeah, so we're gonna head towards the Brutals, and I think Rango is gonna be the one that we're gonna have to kill. He's the tall, skinny one.
Okay. He's just. I don't know. There's always for all these hillbilly families in media. There's always the tall, skinny one. There's always the short, fat one, who's kind of the leader. And then there's always the token female, who's I don't know.
Though I feel like in this one, Rango is the only one that's kind of got that hillbilly look to it.
Really?
Yeah. The other three don't really. There's Spewart, who's the big fat one that throws up acid everywhere. And then there's Topper, who throws his big hats at you, and then
is it a top hat?
Yeah. And then there's Harriet, who is named that because she's a bunny.
Yeah. Yep.
I bet you if you Google the amount of cartoon or video game bunnies named Harriet, there will be a plethora of them.
It would be a long scrolling list. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
You know, let's express our individuality and let's name a bunny after a hare.
Yeah, it's probably similar to pterodactyl named Terry.
Yeah.
Which I actually can only name one, and it's from Banjo-Tooie, but still.
I knew it was from Banjo-Tooie. I remember you telling me that.
That's actually my favorite boss.
Really?
Yeah.
Terry?
Yeah, Terry the pterodactyl. All he wants to do is hatch the eggs that his wife laid before she died, but he can't do it because male, I guess.
Yeah. Does that matter?
I don't know. I don't know.
It doesn't matter in the Seahorse Kingdom.
Well, I don't know much about pterodactyls and how it's only the females that can warm up the eggs. I don't think that's how it works, but in Banjo-Tooie, that's how the pterodactyls work. And so Kazooie has to go around and hatch the eggs herself. Yeah.
So she's doing him a favor, technically.
Yes. She sits on him, and she makes this weird sound That's where you ask me, how'd that go?
How'd that go?
That's how that went.
As much as I enjoy bird sex noises, I'd like to move on.
You guys should listen to Kazooie.
How do we get this?
Hatch an egg in Banjo-Tooie, and just listen to the sounds that she makes, because it's worth a YouTube search. I'll tell you that.
We need to get this thing, but
I don't think. Well, there's something.
One sec. Let me try this.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome.
Never mind then. I was gonna say that that probably wouldn't appear until the end of the game, like the dress wouldn't. But I mean, it still might. I thought that you would get that moon once you get the dress, but I guess the dress will still appear later on.
What's it look like?
I don't remember. Well, no, I mean, I would imagine maybe it's what Peach is wearing.
Oh.
Maybe that's why.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. So
yeah.
she's already wearing the stolen dress. So she's the accomplice to a crime.
I don't think so. I think she's a victim in it.
Oh man, that was a lot of gold.
Because
Did you see that up there?
Unless that theory that you were saying, like about how her and Bowser in cahoots. There are some cahoots, and the two
there's
of them
there's a lot of damning evidence against her, you know?
I mean, who gets kidnapped over a dozen times?
Yeah. Peach.
Peach does.
Yeah.
About as often as Zelda.
Yeah.
Well, actually, more frequently than Zelda.
Mm-hmm. Zelda doesn't get kidnapped every single game, does she?
Not every game. She does in Ocarina of Time. She does in Twilight Princess. She does. I'm pretty sure she doesn't in Wind Waker.
Wind Waker is the pirate lady that gets kidnapped by that bird.
But that's Zelda, though.
That is.
No. Sorry, the sister gets kidnapped, but Tetra is the pirate lady, and that's Zelda.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the new incarnation of Zelda.
Oh, okay. That shows you how much I know about the game, the only Zelda game I've ever owned. And it wasn't even mine. It was
Spirit Tracks. She's killed in Spirit Tracks.
Mm.
And then in Breath of the Wild, I think she's kidnapped in that one as well. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
And then Skyward Sword, I really don't remember because I don't think I beat that game.
You never beat Skyward Sword?
No, many
the
people got
least
through it.
favorite game.
Many people got through and
literally
played
everyone?
it and then never beat it. That is one game we should play, though.
I do want to play everyone's least favorite Zelda game. Everyone tells me that the story's good. It's just like the controls suck.
Yeah, they're right. But next Mario game we should play though is Super Mario Sunshine because that is my favorite.
Let's play. What's your least favorite one?
I mean that's kind of tough because it's like there's a lot of Mario games out there. Like just depending on how you categorize it. Like if it's sports titles, if it's Mario parties, Mario Karts, side scrollers, 3D platformers.
What's your
RPGs? Paper
What's
Marios.
your least favorite 3D?
3D, my least favorite is probably Galaxy 1 or 2.
Let's play that.
Okay, why my least favorite?
Because we're going to play your least favorite Zelda game and your least favorite Mario game.
Well,
let's do it.
My least favorite Zelda game is Skyward Sword, and I don't like that, but my least favorite 3D Mario game is Galaxy, and it's not bad, it's just not my favorite. I don't like the Galaxies so much because there's not an overworld. And technically, there's not an overworld in this game either, but there's still a lot to do, and I love it anyway.
I think this one just offers more than Galaxy anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I've played like a good chunk of Galaxy. I've probably played a good. Oh shit.
I think, in my opinion, 3D games, 3D platformer games like this don't need, but this actually is a good exception. But a lot of 3D platformers will benefit from a overworld. And Galaxy had a very small overworld, which is just like that little area where you run around on, like where Rosalina's right in front of you, and there's like this. Yeah, that's not. It's like a little section. I wouldn't really call that an overworld. Then Galaxy 2.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry. And then Galaxy 2 is even less than that, and it's just a like you just go on it's the linear path. It's not even an actual world to run around in. You just pick a level. So I'm not a big fan of that, just because I think you should save those for 2D side scrollers, not 3D platformers. That's just my opinion. I love Super Mario 64 had Peach's Castle. Super Mario Sunshine had Delfino Plaza. Banjo Kazooie had Grunty's Lair. Banjo Tooie had Isle of Hags. Donkey Kong 64 had DK Isle.
Hey, everyone in the comments below, tell us what your favorite and least favorite of all of these games are. Like Donkey Kong, Mario, Legend of Zelda, all of these, the classic Nintendo games.
I'm so sorry.
Fuck. And also, like, again, like, let us know what you guys want to see from us.
Yeah, and also let us know how annoying it is that I keep spouting off all the games that I've played. And also how annoying it is that I keep dying and I'm not very good at this particular level.
No, we'll keep going through it. Oh, like, tell us, like, what was your first exposure to video games?
Yeah.
Like, my first exposure to video games was Tetris on the Game Boy.
One of my very first games I ever played was Frogger on the Game Boy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I never did play Frogger, but I know all about it.
I remember one of my first games that I ever played was that, and I remember playing it when it was nighttime, and my mom was driving somewhere, and I don't remember where we were going, but I couldn't see it very well because it was before like the light up screen, and so I was struggling to play it, and with a game like Frogger, where there's like stuff coming from every side, you kind of have to like be able to see a lot better, and so I kept dying because I wasn't able to see anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a struggle.
I remember my car rides with the Game Boy, and it's a lot of the same stuff. Although I wasn't playing Frogger, I was playing like Tetris, but I was also playing like all these baseball and tennis games and stuff like that. Stuff I literally hated because I was so bad at them.
What, you said a tennis game?
Yeah.
Which one? Was it just regular tennis?
Just
or was it
tennis.
Mario? Oh,
Game
I had
Boy
Mario Tennis growing up. That was really fun.
I've never had any of those. I like Wii Sports was like my first like Nintendo sports game, which was not. It was like 2007, 2008.
All right. Well, I think this is a good time to wrap up. So
yeah, guys. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Again, comment below all that stuff we were talking about. And then, again, like what you want to see from us. So we will see you guys next time. Peace.